देन उसके बाद आप कंटिन्यू कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है?
ठीक है, मैंने आज रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर दी है, प्लीज स्टार्ट कर लें आप।
Dear participants, welcome to our Omni Academy workshop. Today's workshop is about Microsoft SharePoint admin and Microsoft SharePoint developer. Sir Masood will conduct this session. You can interact with him after the sessions. Sir, please continue.
ओके, थैंक यू मिनाज। अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। जैसे मिनाज ने बताया, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद मसूद काजी है और आज की जो वर्कशॉप है वो मैं ले रहा हूँ शेयर पॉइंट ऑनलाइन और डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर। तो इसमें जो हम आपको ब्रीफ कर रहे होंगे वो हम आपको बता रहे होंगे कि ओमनी में अगर आप शेयर पॉइंट एडमिन या डेवलपर की ट्रेनिंग करते हैं तो उसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें हम आपको कवर करा रहे होंगे। और इसके अलावा अगर आपके कोई क्वेश्चंस होंगे रिलेटेड टू शेयर पॉइंट और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के या डेवलपमेंट के, तो आप जो है वो ज़रूर पूछ सकते हैं। और जो है क्या कहते हैं, मैं आपको अभी अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ, तो मिनहाज प्लीज़ मुझे कंफर्म कर दीजिएगा जब आपको स्क्रीन देखना शुरू हो जाए।
जी ठीक है सर।
देख लिया? ओके,
सर ओमनी एकेडमी की पीपीटी शो कर दें फर्स्ट।
जी श्योर।
थैंक यू।
सो आपको फुल स्क्रीन में भी नजर आ रही है ना? कोई इशू तो नहीं है? पिक्सेलेट तो नहीं हुई हुई?
नहीं सर, ठीक है।
ओके, ऑसम। तो जैसा कि हमने बताया कि यहाँ ओमनी में आपको ट्रेनिंग जो है वो दी जाएगी शेयर पॉइंट एडमिन और डेवलपर की, और उसके अंदर क्या कोर्स आउटलाइन होगी, क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होंगे, वो हम आपको बताएंगे अभी इसी सेशन के अंदर। आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं आप उसको प्लीज़ नोट डाउन कर लीजिएगा अपने पास, और सेशन के एंड में जो भी आपके क्वेश्चंस हो रिगार्डिंग बीइंग टेक्निकल, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और फंक्शनल शेयर पॉइंट से रिलेटेड, तो प्लीज़ बाय ऑल मीन्स एंड में ज़रूर पूछिएगा ताकि आपकी कन्फ्यूजन क्लियर हो जाए। अच्छा, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद मसूद काजी है। शेयर पॉइंट जो कोर्स हम दे रहे हैं उसका टाइटल है शेयर पॉइंट एडमिन एंड शेयर पॉइंट डेवलपर, जिसमें हम शेयर पॉइंट की जो लेटेस्ट वर्जन है उसको कवर कर रहे होंगे। अगर आपकी क्वेरीज प्रीवियस वर्जन से रिलेटेड होंगी तो उसको भी हम एड्रेस कर लेंगे, कोई मसले की बात नहीं है। ओवरऑल शेयर पॉइंट का प्लेटफॉर्म है जो इस ट्रेनिंग के अंदर कवर किया जा रहा होगा। अच्छा, इसको स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं आपको एक दो चीज़ें गाइड कर दूं। जो शेयर पॉइंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की ट्रेनिंग होती है, ठीक है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर के लिए आपके कोडिंग स्किल्स अच्छे हो नहीं हो इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ठीक है। एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन आप स्टिल सीख सकते हैं, यानी कंसिडर देम लाइक अ प्री रिक्विजिट। तो शेयरपॉइंट एडमिन के लिए जो आपके प्री रिक्विजिट होते हैं, यू डोंट नीड टू बी अ टेक्निकल गाय, अ टेकी गाय टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट्स। वी कैन ट्रेन यू regardless of it. But if you want to take the SharePoint development training, then you must belong to a development background, or you must have basic development knowledge before the start of this training. Because if we proceed further with this training, and if you do not have a developing background, or you do not have a development experience, then you might feel lagging behind a bit as compared to the other participants. But we'll try to devise the training in such a way that all of you are comfortable, and in a way where you can understand the maximum and get maximum output from this training. Okay, so moving forward, a short introduction. I'll give you a detailed introduction once we start the official training. Not this one. Today is a workshop. So this is just a small introduction of me. Don't go on the picture. It's almost 6 to 7 years old, but just concentrate on the trainer's profile. I'm a Microsoft certified professional. I have been working on SharePoint since 2007, 2010, 2013, 2016, 19, and now the latest trend is the SharePoint Online as well. So along with that, I have experience in SharePoint and allied technologies, Microsoft technology. I'm basically a consultant for Microsoft practices. So whatever Microsoft has to offer, this is what that is where my expertise lies as well. So just to summarize it, although there are a lot more technologies, but just to summarize it, my expertise consists of SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, OneDrive for Business, Office 365, Power Automate, Power BI, Project Server, which is known as EPM as well, Enterprise Project Management, Microsoft SQL Server, all versions, your Infopath, Nintex, .NET Framework, ASP.NET, web services, integration of SAP and Dynamics AX with SharePoint and allied technologies as well. I have implemented SharePoint in various countries in the Gulf region, in the US, in Pakistan as well. I have listed down some of the projects that I have implemented just to give you an idea. And the main objective of this training is that even after this training, if you need some guidance, if you need some sort of advice on how to approach SharePoint, how to implement SharePoint, considering different organizations and etc. So I'll be happy to help you out. So it's not just the relationship with you guys for the training only. It will last on for longer period as well, because we are here to make friends. And let's hope that we all learn something out of it. I learn a lot from you, and you guys learn a little bit that I know. I'll try my best to teach you all that as well. So moving on, this is some of the projects that I have implemented, although I have not updated it yet. These are almost 2-3 years ago that I implemented. I have a lot more list. I'll share that with you once you guys are registered for the training if you want. Okay, so I have implemented in various banks in Oman. I have developed different solutions in ministries as well, in Qatar, in Pakistan. I have been part with HBL as well. I have implemented the softwares over there as well. In Dubai, in software houses, in military services over here in Pakistan and in Jordan as well. Apart from that, for Pakistan, I have experience in implementing solutions in petroleum industry. Other than that, construction side, education, you know, defense organizations, etc. For various countries, I have experience of implementing SharePoint-based solutions and Microsoft-based solutions in various other types of organization as well, and various other countries. Now, moving forward, I'm just going to skim you through the course outline that we'll be teaching you over here at Omni. Uh, Again, before we start this, just to keep in mind that we will be providing you all the softwares, all the necessary tools that you're going to need, both as a SharePoint administrator and developer as well. They'll be uploaded on a cloud server, and I'll be sharing you the link. And you will easily download those stuff and install it and configure it at your end. And this would be a interactive training once we start this. That training would be not just theory. It will be completely practical based. We'll try to cover the theory during the practical sessions as well, but all the training and knowledge would be transferred to you in runtime environments. And I would advise when you register finally for this training, that you set up the environment on your end as well, so that you follow or exactly what I am doing. I'll be assigning you tasks based on the module that we have studied on that day, and you will try to replicate that in your environment, and then obviously we will take it from there. Okay, so the module one, we would be teaching you about the introduction to SharePoint and what the development platforms we will be using. It would be Visual Studio, VMware as a VM tool. We will have SQL Server at backend as a database engine. We have SharePoint installed in it, and a Windows Server 2012 or 2016, based on which version of SharePoint you guys agree to get the training on. If you're getting it on SharePoint 2019, we'll be using Windows Server 2019. And if you want on SharePoint 2016, then obviously the Windows version would be a bit older. In module 2, we will be discussing about SharePoint deployment, overview, SharePoint installation, and configurations. And yeah, just do keep in mind that I will teach you how to set up your environment and everything. Don't worry about it, that how you are going to create the entire VM in your on your laptop. I will guide you that before the start of the training, so that once we start the training, you don't have any issues setting up your environment. And even if you do, you can just reach out to me as well to help you out, because that is how we conduct this training. Our objective is that whatever we are trying to teach you, you get that, and there are no questions left unanswered. And after the training is done, you will be able to you will be able to at least call yourself a SharePoint developer or an administrator, whatever training you choose. And obviously, no one, even myself, after 10 to 15 years of experience, even I cannot say I know everything about a product, because once you start understanding about a product, once you have understood everything about it, you know what happens after 3 years? The new version comes into the market, so you have to relearn again. So there is a whole learning and relearning process that goes on until you are in this field. I think all the guys over here or girls who are related to the technical background can relate to it, that if you want to stay in the market, you want to stay up to date in the IT world, then obviously you have to keep upgrading your skills. But Once you have established the base, once you have established the ground on which you are going to construct this whole SharePoint building, then it would be easy for you to learn the new versions as well once it comes to the market. So right now, the current version of SharePoint is 2019. The next version would be coming around SharePoint 22 in SharePoint 2012 2022, but in the third quarter, I think. So let's see what happens in that. But right now, the SharePoint 2019 is completely matured, and we are getting updates. And just do keep in mind that Microsoft do provide support for these products for a long time, because SharePoint 2013, the 2013 support from Microsoft still ongoing. SharePoint 2010 support just recently ended last year. So you can imagine that for 14, 15 years, Microsoft is going to support these products. So if you have implemented this software somewhere in an organization, just rest assured that the updates, the patches will keep on coming. Okay, in module 3, we'll be studying about the SharePoint deployment, the overview, the SharePoint installation configuration, same as module 1, because this is not a small process. There are a lot of things that you need to configure and you need to install before you have a working SharePoint environment. So we have broken that down into 2 sessions. After that, in module 4, we'll be studying about the SharePoint central administration. There's a whole central administration that gets installed when you install SharePoint, plus how to create the web applications. And yeah, just one more thing I forgot. In module 2 and 3, we'll be telling you how to set up your SQL server, and how to set up your databases, how to configure them, how to assign them permissions and everything for SharePoint to be installed successfully. So the SQL server part is covered in module 2 and module 3 as well. So module 4 is, once you have installed the SharePoint, we'll walk you around through the environment, what basically the central administration is, how the web applications are created in SharePoint. And in module 5, we'll be moving on to SharePoint permissions and SharePoint lists. We'll be telling you how the permission is managed in SharePoint and how the lists are managed. Now, those of you, I don't know what your background is, because we don't have enough time to get separate introduction. We'll be doing that in the proper training, because we have to devise the course outline according to the audience we have. So just out of just to make you guys come on the same page, I just want to show you, if you don't know what SharePoint basically is. SharePoint was basically launched in 2003 as a document management system, which was later on evolved as a whole internet collaborative portal. uh, until 2016, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, 2016 or 2015, and last quarter, this was the highest earning product for Microsoft. I mean, Bill Gates was the richest person till 2015, 2016, and he was rich because of Microsoft. And the best selling product for Microsoft, the highest revenue earning product for Microsoft, was SharePoint. SharePoint is not implemented in, although Microsoft is targeting with the cloud services to cater small businesses as well, but SharePoint is always implemented in larger organizations, in banks, in military services, in multinationals. So the prospects of this SharePoint implementation or learning, because if you don't know what exactly you're going to get out of it, if you learn a software and don't know what its worth is, it's not going to be interesting to you. I mean, you're going to get bored. You're going to think that, okay, why am I learning this software? What benefits am I going to get from this this software? So just to give you an idea, do a Google search on it once you're done with this training, on how vast SharePoint actually is and what it has to offer. And it's a great product that has been running, that has been in the market since 2003, and it has matured to be one of the best document management systems available in the market today. Although there are other Oracle solutions as well, but SharePoint, being a Microsoft product, is the leading document management and collaborative portal there is. So you can create all your applications, all your web applications, your data, everything on SharePoint. How you're going to do that we're going to cover in the training. Okay, moving on. We have total 19 modules for you. So right now we are at module 6. In module 6, we'll be teaching you about the SharePoint document libraries, the SharePoint task list. Basically, there are task lists that are created in SharePoint that where you can define your tasks. It is integrated with Outlook as well. And then there's a whole document library where there are workflows initiated, content approval, document approvals, document signing. There are a whole lot of things and a whole lot of possibilities that are available in the SharePoint document libraries. We'll be covering that in length in module 6. In module 7, we'll be looking at SharePoint pages and out-of-the-box web part that are available in SharePoint. Now, when it comes to SharePoint, there are two ways you can implement SharePoint. One is the out of the box features, because there are a lot of features available out of the box in SharePoint. And SharePoint itself is a tool, but SharePoint is also a platform as well. So if you want to implement it out of the box, there are a lot of solutions available that you can implement. But if you want to customize it according to your organization's need, then the whole development part comes in, and you can just customize that, customize SharePoint in the way that you want it to look like. So we'll be focusing on the administration part as well, that is to configure it and use it and utilize it at its maximum. And then obviously we'll be teaching you about how to customize it as well. There's a difference between configuration and customization. Configuration is done on out of the box things, and customization is like you are developing a custom solution. So we'll be focusing on both the agendas. So in module 7, we'll be looking at the out of the box SharePoint web parts, that means that which are present in the system, the SharePoint pages and everything. In module 8, however, we'll be jumping on to the SharePoint development platforms. We'll show you how the development is done over here. Now, if there are developers over here in the audience, you might be wondering that what kind of a development technologies are used in SharePoint. So let me just give you a quick update. You just need to have a basic knowledge of HTML. If you have ASP.NET or C# background, that is great. If you are a Java developer, then that's fine as well. You can code in JavaScript as well, because there are two sides of object models. There's a server side object model and there's a client side object model. So we'll be covering both of them. So there is something for every kind of developer. There is SharePoint, on the other hand, supports every language. You can create the applications on Angular, on REST APIs, on web services, on ASP.NET conventional coding, C# at background, not the PHP, not the open source platforms, but open source platform as the as PHP is, not PHP, but other than that, JavaScripting, Angular, Node.js, that those are all supported over here. Moving on to SharePoint module 9. In module 9, we'll be covering the SharePoint custom web parts along with the ASP.NET, because if you don't have that knowledge, we'll obviously teach you how to code in ASP.NET, how to write your code, how to link your C# with it, how to create the web parts and everything, and obviously how to add the client side code in it as well. Although we have a separate module for the client side object model, but still we'll give you the basics in module 9 as well. But the detailed client side object model will come in a later module. Okay, moving on to module 10, because development is not an easy job, we'll be teaching you how to save data in SharePoint list using custom web parts, using ASP.NET and C#. And after that, we'll be introducing you to a language that is Camel. Basically, the data is fetched and saved in SharePoint based on a query language, which is known as Camel query language. We'll be teaching you how the Camel query language works, what are the principles. It's basically an XML-based language. So the notations are based on the XML format. But obviously, for those who are not aware of that, you need to learn some basics about it. So we'll teach you the Camel query at length over there. And obviously, we'll be teaching you how to retrieve data from SharePoint list as well in module 10. Now, moving on, in module 12, 12 and 13, we'll be looking at the SharePoint client-side object model, and we'll be looking at SharePoint event receivers in module 13. What client-side object model is, as the name suggests, there are two object models. One is a server-side object model that works on ASP.NET and C# principles. Then there is the client-side object model that works on JavaScript and jQuery and REST API-based framework. So we'll be looking into that as well, that how that, and obviously there's a managed code for ASP as well called JSON, JavaScript object model. We'll be looking into that as well. For event receivers, I think if I try explaining event receivers to you right now, it would cause a bit of confusion in your mind. But there is a cool feature in SharePoint called event receivers. You can just consider them, if you are from a technical background, as cron jobs. Basically, we'll be teaching you how these cron jobs work and how to trigger them, how to execute these event receivers. In module 14, this is what SharePoint has to offer. There are 2 or 3 main selling features of SharePoint. One is the document management system. The second is the customization and collaboration platform. And the third and most important part of SharePoint are the workflows. The business process automation. I mean, if you want to automate the flow of any organization, you want to send emails, you want to send notifications in Microsoft Teams, or anything you want to do, that any process that is being done in your organization that is manual, and you want to automate it, that can be done using the SharePoint Designer. We'll be teaching you how the workflows work in SharePoint Designer, how to create your basic workflows, and moving on to the module 15, where we'll be teaching you the advanced version of the workflows, because there are simple workflows like a linear workflow. You start, then the first person approve, the second person approve, and once he is approved, the workflow is closed. Then there are advanced workflows like state machines. I mean, like you initiated a flow, it will go to the first approver, the first approver approves it, it goes to the second approver, and the second approver suggests some changes in it. So the stage revert back to the first approver or maybe to the initiator, and then the whole process goes on repeating again and again until the document is approved. So these are called the state machines. I will be teaching you how these advanced workflows work in SharePoint Designer as well. Moving on to module 16, that is SharePoint branding. Now, being a developer or being a techie guy, you know that no matter how much work you put into any sort of a software, at the back end, you have done all the error checking, the exception handling, and everything. You have done everything right, but your interface looks shitty. So in that case, the user is not going to enjoy using your software. I mean, if you present your error in an informative and a funny or sort of a creative way, even the error itself is not that irritating for the user. But if the interface is not good, if the interface is really old or not responsive enough, or you're getting interface issues and it's not attractive, so the user is going to be irritated a bit more if you run into any problem. Not just in problem, even when he's accessing your website. So in module 16, we'll be looking into SharePoint branding, how you can design your interface in it, how what is available out of the box, how you can import custom web templates. I mean, custom HTML templates that you have outsourced to I don't know, to a third-party firm which created the designs for you. So we'll be looking at that in module 16. In module 17, we'll be looking at, obviously, if you have deployed SharePoint in your organization, the database is going to be in terabytes, not just in gigabytes. It's going to be in terabytes because there's a whole SharePoint indexing, search feature, the workflow approvals, the document management, and everything. So the database is going to grow. So you have to make sure you back up those sites, and you know how to restore them in case you have a failure. So we'll be guiding you about all of that in module 17. In module 18, we'll be teaching you how to update your SharePoint installation, because it's not an easy process to upload your update your SharePoint environment. So we'll be teaching you that in length so that you stay up to date, because if there are some issues in a product, because no software in the world is absolute. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is absolute. Nothing in this world is absolute. So these softwares are created by humans, and it is in no way a complete software. There is going to be issues in this software, which gets updated with the updates which are released every month. So I'm going to teach you as a network administrator, as a SharePoint administrator, how to patch your SharePoint, how to update it, because there are a whole lot of process involved in updating SharePoint. In module 19, we will be teaching you about the SharePoint search. SharePoint has a robust search. I mean, one of the best searching algorithms available in the market right now. So for the search, I mean, just to give you an example, if you have uploaded a document, let's suppose a PDF document, and in that PDF document, you have written a version, like for example, you have written my name, Masood, okay? But in the next revision, you remove Masood's name and you write someone else's name. Let's say you wrote Waqas in it. So the SharePoint search mechanism is that much robust that it is not only going to search your database, your list, your libraries, because in SharePoint, the data is saved in lists and libraries, SharePoint lists and SharePoint libraries. So it's not just going to search in those in the metadata. It is going to search within the document as well. I mean, it's going to open the document, scan the text in that document as well, and not just PDF. It could be PowerPoint, Excel, Word. As long as it is not an image, it's a text-based field. SharePoint will be able to read the text in it. So it will read the text in that PDF. And since if you have enabled version controlling on that environment, So it will also read from the previous versions of that document as well, where let's suppose you have written Masood in the search. So it is going to search in any previous versions of that document where Masood was written, and will return you that result in a matter of nanoseconds or microseconds, depending on your server's hardware configuration. So that is how robust the SharePoint search actually is. And remember, the data is going to be in terabytes, 5 terabytes, 6 terabytes, 7 terabytes, and still going to return this result in microseconds or nanoseconds. I mean, that's impressive if you look at the algorithm. But in order to enable that, you have to configure some services, you have to have some hardware specs as well. I will teach you how to design the SharePoint farm as well, how to manage it as an administrator, as a SharePoint consultant, so that your server is not over occupied, over allotted in terms of resources, and not under resourced as well. So this is how we're going to look at into this. And if these are just the modules that I have listed down during the training, if you come across something interesting and you have some sort of a question, a query, or some requirement that you want to be automated and you are just not getting it, how it can be achieved in SharePoint. So that way I'll be helping you out in that matter as well. So this is the entire training. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. Other than that, we'll hand this session over to our moderator. So if you have any questions, please, by all means. No questions so far? Okay, so I'm going to take that as a no. So over to you, sir. It's the meeting is now yours, Manoj.
ठीक है sir, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Dear
Thank you,
participants,
Professor.
if you have any queries or you have interested in this course, you can contact us through the provided number. Sir, please ये contact number की slide show कर दीजिए. And you guys also visit our website for further details. Thank you so much for attending workshop.